Hi guys, my name is Ariel from NiuViews, and today I wanted to talk about something that seems very simple, but I feel like a lot of people don't actually do it, and it's conscious breathing. Again, it seems very obvious and simple. We all need to breathe to live, but I'm really talking about conscious breathing. And the reason why I feel like it's important to talk about is because I've only recently started to think and do this. I've been on psychedelics before, so it's really hard for me to explain, but I've had experiences on them where I would breathe and I fully feel like the whole universe is breathing in and out with me. When I do it consciously, like at those moments, I would breathe in and out, and for some reason I just knew that that was a way for me to realign myself with the universe. And at those moments when I breathe in and out, I felt myself just like being connected with everything, and just like it brought me back to this like aligned, centered place. On a day-to-day, I didn't actually fully realize the importance of breathing until really recently. So after those experiences I've had on psychedelics, and I realized like something to do with the act of breathing helps you just realign yourself. And obviously, like whether you're spiritual or not, like everyone talks about how breathing will just help you in every situation in life, right? You don't have to be spiritual. People always tell you to either calm down, take a breath, or if you're angry, take a breath, or if you're working out, take a breath. Like breathe. It's a very natural way to just alleviate any sort of negative emotions or pain or whatever. For me, I didn't really understand it, or I didn't really like put it into practice until recently. Like before, when people would tell me to like take a breath, I would just do it when I'm told, like either when I'm working out, you know, in a yoga class, or like if I'm getting worked up and someone's like take a breath, then I'll do it at that point, but it's more so because someone just told me to. But basically, throughout the past few weeks, I've tried using conscious breathing throughout all these different situations I've encountered, and throughout all of them it worked. So for example, workout classes, besides like the instructor telling you to take a breath or breathe, at certain points when I feel drained or when I feel like I'm losing energy, I would just like take a moment and breathe. A lot of times, especially now that I'm more consciously trying to breathe more, I would catch myself holding my breath a lot. So I actually hold my breath a lot, and I think I do it subconsciously. I would always hold my breath when I'm like, let's say like lifting a heavier weight, or like I'm in a place where like I have to hold my plank or something for like 30 seconds, a minute, whatever. And at those moments, I would normally just hold my breath, like probably subconsciously. And now, because I'm like practicing the act of conscious breathing, every time I'm like, I feel myself tense up, I would remember now to say, okay, now is the time to breathe. And doing the opposite, instead of holding my breath, I would just consciously breathe in and out. And then that would always just like re-energize me, even for like a few seconds or whatever. But every time I decide to just consciously breathe in and out, whatever I'm doing in that moment, I'll be able to do it better. So working out, like I'll be able to get through it better. So that's one example. Another example is I sometimes take dance lessons at the Underground Dance Center in Toronto. So if you guys have ever taken dance lessons before, you know that the instructor normally teaches you a choreography. You have the class to learn it and practice it. And then at the end of the class, the instructor will split you up into groups, and then you present the dance like to everyone, and people record it and whatever. So obviously it's a little bit stressful. I think like in the dance class was when I really realized the impact, the positive impact of conscious breathing, because I think in the past, when I would get a little bit nervous right before I dance, I would start to think a lot, and I probably would be holding my breath, and it would actually like fuck me up more when I'm dancing, because I would be like trying to remember all the steps, and then like it wouldn't be as natural. But then what I've started doing right before I go on, I would literally just be like conscious breathing, breathe in and out, And if you remember like what I said earlier, I swear breathing is something to do with you connecting yourself back to the universe, you connecting yourself back to like the universal energy flow. Like you're just like flowing. Like when you breathe in and out, you're just like flowing back with the universe. So when I took a few deep breaths in and out right before I went on, it just like, first of all, I was able to just naturally dance. So like all the steps that I was like trying to memorize during class, it just came so much more easily, and I'm able to just like put my own style and flair to it. On the day-to-day, whenever I'm just feeling down or stressed or whatever, I would just take some moments now to consciously breathe in and out. And when you're breathing in and out, literally just focus on the breath. Like don't even think about anything else. Just focus on your breath. Focus on taking that deep breath like in and out. Do it a few times. Don't think about anything, and then just like open your eyes and get back to whatever you were doing. Always remember to breathe. And then when you hold your breath, and when you stop breathing and you hold it in, I feel like you're disconnecting yourself with the world and the universe, and you're like cutting that energy flow off. That's why like when you are anxious or stressed, you probably subconsciously start holding your breath. But then when you do that, you actually feel less and less like connected in the flow, and you just feel more awkward or like out of place or like confused, and you don't know why. And then the more like worried you get, the more you just like don't breathe, and you don't even know that you're not breathing, and it just like fucks everything up. At least like if you can catch yourself at moments when you're not breathing, that's the first thing to do. But once you're able to consciously be aware of whether you're breathing or not in everyday situations, then you can start to just like incorporate those conscious breathing moments. That's my tip of the day. That's all I wanted to say. Again, it seems very simple, but I feel like a lot of people don't do it. So try it out. Let me know if it helps you out. Yeah, that's it. All right. Bye guys. See you next time.